Just want to say a few things about dependence and love and a relationship. And I was going to write it all down, but I thought I might just say it anyway. I put the video up there, and if anyone wants to watch it, they can. And what a narcissist does is a narcissist knows what love is. They in pen and paper sort of cold way, not empathetic, more like apathy. And they know that in order to get you to love them, they set up the situation so that you become dependent on them in many, many different ways. My ex did it to me, and that's one of the reasons I didn't want her to leave in the end, was because I was dependent on her for organising and doing a whole lot of stuff, for talking to, and all these relationship things, and I thought it was love, but what it was she had all these lines connected to me, and when you become dependent, you become scared of letting go of what you're dependent of, in the mistaken identity of thinking that you're dependent on someone who loves you instead of, or you're relying on someone who loves you in an equal relationship. But if they don't treat you in an equal way, and you aren't feeling happy, you aren't feeling confident, you aren't feeling loved, and you actually wish you were somewhere else, or you wish someone else was with you, then you're not in love. You're dependent on them. You've got an attachment to them. You're attached to them via a whole lot of little threads that they've created, and combined it makes you feel like you can't live without them. That's the whole idea of tricking you. So you could actually be with a narcissist who you're dependent on, or you've become attached to through their very careful planning and trickery, and you could fall in love with someone, already have been in love with someone, then they'll tell you all these reasons why you can't be with the person you actually love, and then they create all these attachments between them and you. And then they hope that the attachments between you and them will make you want to break up any attachment that you have, or love you have, for the person you love. In the end, you'll end up giving everything to the narcissist, and then after they've practically destroyed you, you'll realise you let go of the one you love, because all those feelings will come back after you've been crushed by the narcissist. So know the difference between attachments. Like if you sit there and they say, well, maybe I'll leave. It's a push-pull effect where they pretend to leave and then make you panic. And if you're sitting there by yourself and they pretended to walk out the door or sulk or something, you sit there and you think, I can't let them leave. I need them for this. That's attachment. Get it? It's a connection of various things and reasons and excuses. You won't get rid of them, but it's not love. If you read Corinthians 13, what love is, if your relationship isn't those things, and if you're actually thinking about another person all day long, and you're physically and mentally attracted to that person, and you're with someone else who's always telling you you're supposed to be with them because they love you so much, look for attachment. Look for the connections that they've woven, like a web. And ask yourself, are you confident? Are you treading on eggshells, worried about what you say in the house? Are you expressing yourself in your true loving sense to this person? Are you whining? Are you complaining a lot? Are you basically unhappy? I mean, in its most basic form. Even in a bad relationship, people are happy. at least a fair amount of the time. When you're in a narcissistic relationship, you've been attached to a person through the other person's trickery, and you have no idea, because you're a loving, empathetic person, that you're seeing them with love, they're seeing you with the attachments. They know what they've done, and they know they've caught you, and they've tracked you, and they know you're their victim. So think about that, because it's worth thinking about. And if it is your situation, you've got to get out of there, and you've got to get away, and you've got to find somewhere safe. And I always tell people that the narcissists tend to have people they hate. It could be the law, the police. It could be a particular person or a particular group of people. Find out who they are scared of the most. And that's normally where you'd run, because they won't follow you. So anyway, I just thought I'd say that instead of writing it all down. I'm going to write it down too. Yeah. Put up my website, James is it jamesmartinsambrook.com? Yeah. God bless you.